Hello, everybody. Welcome to From the Outer Reaches, a wrestling podcast where we have taken a veteran, a modern fan, and a newbie, and we're going to discuss and debate the wonderful politics that exist in wrestling, not just WWE. We will hold our eyes open and watch AEW and as well as some of the indie stuff.
Oh,
Uh,
TNA baby, let's go.
they are doing actually TNA versus NXT tonight and Tuesday, one of the two. They're doing a collabo. But yes, so I am your humble host, Daniel, joined by my co-hosts.
Your boy Zach.
I was like, you go first, Zach, not me. And then David.
We're here to give you guys the greatest wrestling news, the greatest wrestling opinions, and to give you the thoughts that come from the outer reaches of our own minds. And today on our schedule, we are going to be talking about Netflix and the Raw and Netflix collaboration, and talk about if that is going to be if that's making it work the way they're hoping it does. We're going to talk about Pentagon's debut. We're going to do some Royal Rumble predictions. And then I'm gonna leave some homework about some that we're gonna talk about, and then also I think Zach, we should predict what will David's first wrestling T-shirt be.
Oh, that's a good one. That's
Yes,
a
David.
good prediction.
David is our introduction, is our newbie. I am the modern fan, and Zach sat through the ugly 2010s.
Oh,
The ugly
every day just
2010s.
watching Sheamus fight the Chud list every day.
Watching Alexa Bliss fall to being this knockoff Harley Quinn character.
Oh, not even Alexa Bliss. I was Kelly Kelly.
Oh, you
I was
old
before.
head.
Oh,
You guys are saying words. I have no idea who these people are.
I was the Bella
will teach you.
Twins. That was peak women's wrestling when I was younger. Was the Bella Twins?
The Bella Twins.
Switching and going, who could it be?
My God! Oh, we gotta
My
mark
God,
it. We gotta
I
mark
don't
them
know.
like in the office.
I think they had to do that at one point.
Oh my god.
They would go look over there, then they'd switch out, and the ref would be like, "Who are you?"
Damn it! They do this every time. We have to have a security system. But yes, that is what we're talking about today for wrestling. So first thing first, Netflix has taken control of Raw, and SmackDown has moved to USA. Have you guys watched any of the Netflix stuff at all? I know we did the Pentagon stuff in preparation for today, but have you guys kind of like scoped it or anything like that?
I will say, other than the Pentagon match, I haven't sat down to watch the Raw.
Mhm.
However, I like the fact it is on Raw now, or on Netflix now, just for the fact ease of viewing is
100%.
so much easier for me now.
Mhm.
Because I go, okay, I couldn't watch it live on Monday, but I can go back at any time, go through Netflix. I can just, even then, I can just kind of like skip through, see the stuff I want to see. And I feel like, because I know it would go on like the WWE app or Peacock, but it was always a couple weeks behind.
Yeah.
So by the time I'd go back to like watch an episode, I'd be like, oh, but all this stuff has already happened.
Yeah.
I've already seen it play to death. So I like the ease of use that it's giving. The commercials are kind of what I get, the commercials, and I get you needing to have commercials in wrestling for like
the
ring changes and all that kind of stuff. But
Money.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
The
But
sanctity of the wrestling mat.
Although I guess it's on the ring now. They're
Yeah.
putting all the sponsorships.
The sanctity of the ring mat is gone. Vince was very against having logos on the actual wrestling mat itself, and Triple H went, "No, we need money."
oh, I can't even imagine. They're probably pulling in mad dollars on that.
Oh yeah,
Easy.
100%.
Yeah.
I definitely think. Well, David, do you have thoughts on it or anything like that, or what do you feel about?
I mean, I don't have Netflix, so it's a bit
Fighting the
tough.
system.
But I wasn't really
Yeah,
watching much live other than like the big main events. I just would watch on YouTube. So the only thing I noticed is their highlights were a little different, or they didn't give like it finish in the middle, and I didn't know what happened.
Yeah, they
But
tend
that
to
might
do
just
that.
be the new
Yeah.
interns figuring out how to do highlights. I don't know.
I will say on WWE's Plus too, they always do a good job of like on their social medias and even at the beginning of pay-per-views summarizing everything.
Yeah.
I usually feel like if I watch a couple like primer videos on YouTube, like really quick, or if I just kind of like watch pay-per-view and watch what's happening, they do a good job of going, okay,
Yeah,
this is what's happening. And because if not, it'd be like picking up a comic book in the middle of its run and going, okay,
I don't know.
who
Who's
are
Batman
you?
fighting?
Yeah. What's
Yeah, no,
happening?
yeah,
I
no,
missed
Mike-
one episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Michael Cole's done a very good job of filling in.
Yeah.
Like, this is why this wrestler is important. This is why this is. And that was big for
Mhm.
Netflix too, because I think they had a bunch of people switch over
Mhm.
and just kind of like, oh, like he explained like who Pentagon was and why that was such a big deal. And shout out, he mentioned Lucha Underground.
Yeah,
I did hear that. I was like, hey, I know that.
Never forget. Oh, we will talk a lot about Lucha Underground on this podcast.
Lucha Underground stands is my favorite wrestling show of all
Of all
time.
time is,
Unabashedly, I love that.
the foundation of our friendship, Zach.
Oh,
Really.
just sitting around watching Lucha Underground.
Yeah. But yeah, so leading, yeah, I definitely think you said the accessibility. The cameras are a lot nicer.
They've got a drone now too,
Yeah.
right? I saw something about that. That's really cool.
They drone a lot. Yeah, so they'll
because
do
they
like
did that on the tribal war thing. I thought
Yeah.
they had, at least, was it for an entrance or something?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they had a drone. I think the audio is a little bit better too. Like, I think I talked to Zach about this off the podcast, but during the tribal war with Roman and Solo, you can pick up on what they're telling you, like not telling each other.
You're
like
catching more of it.
Yeah. So like Solo's like punching him in the face, and he's like, "I loved you." He's like, "You never loved me back." Like I carried the bloodline for you. Like kind of like
I thought you were my dad.
Oh yeah.
It's like this kind of like Obi-Wan Anakin thing, and I thought it was cool. It added more to the story of like, oh, okay, there's more investment to this than just like, I know that that's kind of how they talk to each other, like, hey, like, knee me, punch me in the face. But I thought that added a bit more dynamic, and I don't know. I think Netflix is just, and no issues with the streaming.
Has it been solid, just easy?
I watch it at work, which I probably should have admitted, but I watch it at work.
If anyone Daniel's work hears this, he doesn't.
No.
He's working the whole time.
Yeah, the whole time. But no, it because it starts. I leave at 6, so it starts an hour. So I sit there, and I have no issues like streaming it in the school.
School Wi-Fi, immaculate.
It's like 10 out of 10.
We're getting what we pay for.
Just in the bathroom.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, he had him on 2, guys. He had him on 2.
You're just making the side of the stall. Oh,
some kid like, are you okay in there?
Holy shit. Holy shit.
It's like the Austin Powers.
The kids are like, what the hell? No, I haven't found any like the high school kids that sounds weird. I haven't found any that like that like wrestling, because I play a lot of music in my room, so I play like a lot of wrestling intros, and nobody's gone, is that Stone Cold? Like, oh, okay. So leading into that, the big Netflix of this past week was the as Michael Cole said, the worst kept secret in the wrestling community, which is Pentagon Jr.
Yes, sir.
Joining the WWE, joining the Big Red, and I have to say that was probably the best debut for a new wrestler.
It was
in a very long time.
It was very good. They did a very good job of making him sound important.
Yeah,
which is a big deal, because like, I know who he is, you know who he is.
David needs to know.
David knew because we forced him to know.
I knew who he was, but I didn't like know his backstory. But he did come out feeling very important on the show. So you're like, oh, I need to watch.
Yeah.
I was telling my girlfriend, I was like, no, but he's a Mexican ninja. You don't understand how cool that is.
No, it's sick.
No, it's legit. Look at his mask. That's fucking cool. Look, eyes open.
Ah!
No, that's a reference back to. Oh no, it was weird to watch it, because like me and Zach watched Lucha Underground, and that was a really, like, I was joking, but like seriously, that was a very big formation of our friendship.
Oh, it was, yeah.
And just like I remember, like, even amongst these Lucha, he stood out, and it was like, you go like to watch him, and then to be an AEW, and listen, I respect AEW for what they're doing, that they've pushed WWE to be better, but I feel like their product is a little more inconsistent than WWE's.
Yeah.
And the no selling crap, that's a tough one, right? Like, I don't know, David, if you've ever watched AEW, you'll watch them like,
I have no idea what that means.
So no selling is when you get hit, right, you hit them with the move, and then you just pop back up, and you go, oh, that's not fun. So that move, that flip move, the Canadian Destroyer that he hit Chad with, they literally will hit each other back and forth with it, and everyone.
Oh, I saw a clip of that on okay.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
No sell. That's the worst, because it doesn't tell the story.
No. There's no like that move, especially that move should have a lot of weight to it. I've always felt like because it's such a sick move, but
Oh,
it's like hitting a pile. You don't just bounce up from that because
yeah.
what it is you're literally you're literally jackknifing your spine, and like you can kick out of it. I'm okay with people kicking out because
Yeah.
just Chad did,
Yeah.
but
On two.
On two, and Chad sold it though,
Yes.
and it
Yeah.
took Penta a while to kind of like get over and try to get the cover. Um, I will say one thing about, and I think about AEW. I don't want this to turn into a AEW thing, but the
Uh-oh.
reason I have trouble watching it is because a lot of the people in it were Lucha Underground wrestlers,
Yeah.
and I love Lucha Underground. I think the storytelling, the
Oh, it's
wrestling,
Uh-oh.
everything was so good. And when you watch those same wrestlers
on
in
AEW.
AEW, they look like chuds.
Yeah, absolute Chads.
And it makes me sad because you just watch them and you're like, no, like, because you're like trying to show people, you're like, no, these guys were sick.
No, I promise.
They were so cool. Where's Conan?
It's like watching a Pro Bowl, like an all pro dude go to like the Raiders and then
Mhm.
they just Raider it up and you go like, no,
Yeah,
please don't be, and then they leave and then they do fantastic and you go, no, please.
it's like Randy Moss going to Oakland and
Yeah.
then not trying. That's and you're like, he's good, but
And
he
you know
just
he's
doesn't
fantastic.
care. Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's so many. Oh, David, we're gonna hold your eyes wide open,
It
baby.
seems like it.
Eyes wide shut, baby. Lucha Underground. Lucha Underground is the greatest thing that not enough people talk about.
It should still be going.
It
It should
should
have
be.
the Netflix deal.
It should. Triple
They
A.
should have-
And we were talking a little bit off air too, David. Was there a couple moves that Pentagon broke out that you had never seen before?
I can't even remember. I just remember sitting there. Didn't he do some type of like flip in the corner to hit Gable with some move?
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
It
And
was like
I
a
can't
weird
even describe it. I
hurricanrana.
just was like,
Yeah.
what did just happened right now?
Yeah, he has that one. He did that. He does that handstand, that headstand thing. I don't think he did that in Lucha Underground.
No, I've never seen it. I've seen him do it in Lucha.
All I know is I like reacted and Sarah like was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I just watched something that I was just
I witnessed
flabbergasted."
magic.
Yeah, basically.
Magic's real. Harry Potter's fake, but this is real.
This is real. Oh, it's so good.
But yeah, so I mean, I think he had the perfect guy. Chad Gable's very technical wrestler.
Yeah.
He comes out to the "you suck now"
Hmm.
big Kurt Angle reference. And it's really funny because I work with wrestlers at the high school that I'm at, and it's funny seeing them, and then you see like Kurt Angle and Chad Gable, and you're like, oh, like
They were wrestlers.
they were actual wrestlers. Also, the confidence to pull off a singlet is just.
Hey, he's been doing it his whole life.
He
Gold
looks
medal at
great.
it, so
He looks
Oh, yeah.
fantastic. Shorty G. But I think no, him hitting that, and I think Pat was coherent this episode.
Which is good.
I love Pat.
I do too, but fuck, dude, on the pay-per-views, he's just like
The most recent one, yeah, it was a bit. It was a bit tough.
Pat has
was
two
lost.
modes. He blows his voice out in the first 20 minutes. And then he says these weird non sequiturs for the rest that go nowhere.
no, that's crazy. Okay, Pat, where are we going with that, bud?
But he'll yell. He'll be like, "That's the craziest
It's like
thing!"
watching
And you're like, "Oh, okay. Well, we're just
early Tony Romo, just
Oh,
his like
yeah.
overreaction. You're like,
just
all right,
saying, just saying words, Tony. One day,
one day."
you know he's level. We know he's gotten the hang of it when he formulates a sentence and it
Yeah.
conjunction just holds it together.
I looked up the video. I'm watching the highlights real quick, and it was when he did the headstand in the corner. That's the move where I was like, what the fuck?
Into the kick. Yeah, I was like, oh, that's new. He tried a low off the rope bounce. Did you see that?
Oh,
And
yeah.
it did. There was just no momentum behind it. So he tried to like bounce. I think he's trying to bounce, do like a John Morrison, like bounce and like turn on him. But and you could tell at the beginning. And I there's a couple of TikToks I found of him, like they show him and he's kind of like walking around, and
Yeah.
you could tell he's fucking stressed. You know, when you're doing that, like the handshake. Like, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Then he gets into his pose, and then the music hits, and you can kind of see him like, okay,
Yeah.
it hits. The family thing, like that little girl crying, that's his daughter. That's his daughter who did it. We'll add David in a second. David died.
Oh,
Um,
David's gone.
but yeah, that was his daughter, and so she's appeared in like AEW promos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, and that was cool to show that like he's like, I've done it,
Yeah. And he's like,
I've made it,
and they actually let him cut a promo, which
and
was cool.
it wasn't bad. It was for
No,
considering the history of luchadors in WWE.
he
Thank
didn't say
God.
good lucha things and then run away.
God damn it!
God damn
I think that's what makes it worse. The goddamn it at the end
it.
makes you go, ah, fuck.
As he's halfway down the hall. For the watchers, go look at Sin Cara. Just type in Sin Cara botch promo, and it'll be the first thing you find.
And he was never the same after that.
No, he lost all. You want to talk about losing aura, as the kids say?
Oh, that shit went somewhere. It disappeared into the darkness.
Much like Drew McIntyre telling Ricochet to shut up, and he just stood there awkwardly. That's about the equivalent.
That was a dark time, and Ricochet. You think Ricochet wants something back?
Oh, he wants that. He's probably in the shower.
Oh,
for
it's a shower thought.
years.
Uh-huh.
He goes, no, 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 no.
Just cutting it, and Samantha Irvin's like, "What the fuck?"
Because normally with your shower thoughts, they don't happen in front of millions of people. But he
No,
had
they
millions of people where he just clammed up.
absolutely botched that shit.
Oh, and we all do. We all do. But sometimes.
Oh, it's beautiful though. I love it. I love. I wish Ricochet the best, man. Prince
I do
Puma.
too.
Prince
Oh,
Puma.
that's someone who'd be better off putting the mask back on.
Find Conan.
Fine, Conan.
Is Conan still alive? Bring him back.
Here's the reason managers exist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You have to have it, yeah.
You can't talk.
I loved Conan and Lucha with the homeboy shit. Just cutting these, looking like an uncle at a baptism. Those big fucking bowling shirts and the
The
cabbie
hat.
hat. Hell yeah. Um speaking of that same one, they have introduced the women's IC
Oh.
Intercontinental title, and the match was Dakota Kai versus your favorite wrestler, Lyra Valkyria, who was much better than when we first. Oh, much better.
Good.
Fantastic. Good. You get why she got pushed really hard in NXT.
Yeah.
She hit a vertical suplex off of the apron onto the floor.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, oh, women's wrestling, we've come so far.
Oh no, like legitimately, women's wrestling has come. We joke from when I started wrestling till now.
Yeah.
It is improved so much, and the entire sport is so much better off for it.
Yeah. Do you think so they added an Intercontinental. So now the women have the three belt.
Yeah.
So they have Worlds, IC, and USA. They need a heavyweight.
They need the heavyweight.
Is what they're missing. But I like it. I like that they've added the women to get more.
Yeah.
And it was a genuinely good wrestling match. Like,
and that's good. Yeah. I mean, more belts, more competition, more competition. It's good. It gives more people in their mid card things to do.
Something. Yeah,
exactly. Because usually their mid card was more based around just feuds, which is fine. Mm-hmm. But having a belt,
makes
it more right.
Yeah. Dakota Kai was good because I've never seen Dakota Kai wrestle because she had blown out her ACL
forever.
Yeah, so even when we first started watching it, she was on the sidelines with the brace and she wrestled. Mm-hmm. Her finisher is the go to sleep.
Oh, which is very fun. She posts all the time of her and Punk like working out.
Yeah.
She's
but hers is like the go to something. It's not GTS, but it's like it's the go to sleep. It's me. And Lyra Valkyria, hers is cool. Her gimmick's kind of fun. Her whole thing is that because she's Irish or Scottish, one of the two. And so the goddess of war is a raven, so her outfit's a raven.
That's cool.
And so she comes out with these wings, and so she like waves them and stuff. Her finisher is called the Nightwing.
Oh, that's sick.
They said that, and I looked at my girlfriend and I went, "That's fucking sick." And she was like,
"That is sick."
Okay.
And you're like,
no, the finisher needs to have a cool fucking name, and then it gets better.
Exactly.
But yeah, I know it's like that weird like inverted buster.
Oh, okay.
where like it's off. So it's like
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, and it's like a drop.
like a Blue Thunder Bomb muscle buster kind of thing.
Yeah, is it more on the shoulder
Yeah,
or
on
is
the
it?
shoulder.
Yeah,
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 it's on
yeah,
the
yeah.
shoulder. Yeah, it's an inverted, and boom, she hits it. And so Lyra Valkyria is our Intercontinental Women's Champion.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, David. We were
Got a
busy
lot
talking about
plugged
women
into
wrestling.
one breaker, so I
Oh
had to go
shit!
reset the breaker.
Oh no.
There, I turned
Speaking
on
of
a
breakers,
little mini heater and yeah, shut
Oh.
David's
everything
like
down.
the podcast.
No,
the
I walked out. I was like, what happened? She's like, I don't know. I turned on the heater. I was like, oh, okay.
the mini heater has blown many a breaker.
What's funny is, so you guys have both been to my house. I am
Yes.
in the back room, and
Yeah.
there
The cold
is
room.
2 rooms all the way to the living room. That's where Sarah's at, and for some reason, it's all
Everybody should-
connected on one breaker.
Oh, you guys a single
Oh.
circuit house?
Well, no,
Our,
so
our old house was on one breaker.
no, it's
Yeah.
not all in one. It's like they section it like the
and
left
half,
side
yeah.
is one, and then like the center is one, and then
Oh.
there's some that are on their own, but like it's an old house. But
Yeah.
sorry, I'm
No, you're
back.
fine.
Oh, you're fine.
You're back. No fine. We'll finagle it. We always do. But we were talking about women's wrestling and David, you
I have thoughts on that.
Oh, man.
I don't know if that's a good thing. But we're talking about how far they've come considering I've been watching the Vince McMahon documentary, which if you want kind of like a really good like just like primer on the history of wrestling, like of WWE itself, it's a good one for like you, David. You'd like it.
I watched some on YouTube.
Yeah,
I've watched like 2 like 4-hour videos on
It's a pretty
history of
good-
wrestling.
because Ashley's like, oh, that's where that came from, and I'm like, yeah. And she's like, oh, okay, that's cool. And so like, I mean, she knows Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Me and her joke that Stone Cold is who our friend Chris wishes he was. He walks into the card shops with the glass breaking. He's like, yeah.
In
That's
those
his
denim
entrance for like his card tournaments.
Yeah.
in those denim shorts, just
Oh, just with the double knee braces.
Can he have a fake bald cap on too?
Dude, the double knee braces are so iconic that if
They
the
really-
wind blows wrong, I'm going down.
But yeah, no. So like we were talking about women's wrestling because we've talked about like because in the Vince McMahon he talks about like, oh, we're a family. We're a family
But not
wrestling.
women.
And then it's like, we were family friendly, and it cuts like a thing of like Kelly taking her top off, and you're like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
Listen, that was very formative for young
Zach
me.
was finding himself those days.
Oh, with
Listen.
Matt Hardy jumping off a ladder with that happening. God.
Those,
America.
those Daily Motion videos were going on
Oh.
of Kelly. Oh, why does she stop taking? There was a whole gimmick where her boyfriend was a heel, and his whole gimmick was that she would try to take off her clothes, like do a striptease, because she was an exhibitionist. So she would just be about to take off everything, and his thing is he would run into the ring and cover her up, and people
The real heel.
would boo him
Yeah.
like crazy. Everyone would go boo, and he was the heel.
Like
He
Dom
was-
Mysterio heat.
He
For no
was
fucking
supposed to
reason.
be the villain in this situation, all because he didn't want his girlfriend to get naked on USA television.
And USA Television in fucking Pensacola, Florida.
I know.
Okay.
And for some reason, if that wants to show you how far wrestling has come, the fact that that was a storyline and he was the bad guy shows, yeah, everything you need to know.
Thank God. It was that we've come very far. So they were telling us that they have introduced a Intercontinental Championship for women.
Yes,
so they have
and that's what I was going to talk about.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. What are your
Because
thoughts?
I know I've talked to you, Daniel, because
Yes.
I don't remember one of the big events, and I was like, why don't the women have the same amount of belts as the men? In the sense of like, number one, I didn't know how many. I Googled how many belts there were. There's quite a few belts,
Mhm.
and I assume they're like different levels. You got like the big one is the heavyweight, like your number 2 intercontinental, and then like American, or is it
the USA,
American?
yeah. Which is funny. You would think that the USA title would mean more, but I guess.
Well,
So walk us through the walk.
Oh,
I feel
I
like
assume
this-
some are historically like they just
More important,
continued
yeah.
them on, but they've combined.
so where that all comes from is SmackDown and Raw are 2 separate rosters, right?
Yeah.
Raw had the WWE Championship as their top belt. SmackDown had the World Heavyweight.
Yes.
And then as their mid-card belt, Raw had the United States Championship, and then SmackDown had the Intercontinental.
And then they've
So
unified them. I
yeah,
think,
so they
now.
unified the World Heavyweight and the USA. So technically, and the WWE, they've broken them apart again. But I think they've unified them again, right?
Yes, they just
Yes.
because Rhea is now the world was the world's or now is the world's women's. She
So
won
so
by
yes.
the way.
So you
Yeah.
have the you unified main championship, but technically the Intercontinental and the USA are supposed to be like same level.
Level.
Yeah.
They're just
Just
on
on
two
different
different
branded.
brands.
Okay.
So they're the same level. Same as like the SmackDown tag team is the same level as the Raw tag
Yeah.
team. It's just on which brand you sit. So
And
they're
it's the same
technically same level championships.
because realistically, I mean, from what I've seen, I mean, Cody's been SmackDown, which would
Hmm.
correlate, and then the heavyweight has mainly been fought and discussed in on Raw. Not to
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
like still want the big one, but it's like
Yeah.
on Raw, this is like the step that you get.
Yeah. So that
Yeah.
that was that was what happened.
Pretty much. And so they've added the women's. So Chelsea Green is the USA women's champion. Lyra Valkyria is IC.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't added a heavyweight. I feel like that might be that's a bit of a touchy subject. I feel
Yeah.
like, but I'm sure they'll add a third one for the women
Mhm.
or fourth one, and then they have the women's full title, which is now held by Rhea. She won last week
Yes.
against Liv Morgan. Good for Liv though. I think she
Hmm.
needed this push, and I think
Hmm.
she's become a much better wrestler because of it.
She deserved that push.
Yeah,
She's done a lot to get that.
she has done a lot. I
Do
remember
you think she's gonna go after Tiffany?
I think so.
Tiffany Stratton?
Hmm.
I think. Oh yeah, no, yeah, right. Yes, Tiffany is
She's the
the
big Rhea's the was it Intercontinental?
who's
Or no,
wait.
World, excuse me, World,
Yeah,
sorry.
world.
Yeah.
Okay, world.
See, I mix them up. I don't know.
Somebody has a title. As a
Because for me, World and Intercontinental are very similar words in terms of their
yeah,
like
Mhm.
but their
actual
meaning. Yeah,
definition.
Yeah.
So it's
across
like
the country. Yeah, across the nation. Yeah, fucking Vince. But that's the beauty of wrestling is that if something doesn't make sense, you can just go fucking Vince.
It
Like,
doesn't matter.
yeah, Vince McMahon just did.
It's a lot like anime. You just kind of that's just how it is.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Tiffany is gonna. I think the big one is gonna be Nia Jax.
Hmm.
Nia Jax is gonna come back. She still is. I mean, I think last week on SmackDown they wrestled. And then Bailey is wrestling her. No, Bailey lost. Um, Bailey wrestled in San Jose. No, she didn't. Fuck, I'm losing my mind. This is too much wrestling. But yeah, so I
is that a
think
bad thing?
no, it's not. But I think Tiffany's gonna hold it for a while. I think she has the good charisma, and I think women's division has needed a third powerhouse since Charlotte's out. And the thing, and Charlotte was the
But
night
isn't she coming back? I thought they announced that on Friday.
they did, and I don't think they should have.
I don't
Speaking
think
of
so
which,
either, but
which ties into the Royal
sorry.
Rumble. No, you're totally fine. That's gonna tie in the Royal Rumble because everybody was hoping that she was gonna come back for the Royal Rumble itself and be like the surprise
Yeah.
person. And I don't think they should have. I think they should have kept it quiet.
They should have waited.
Hmm.
1,000%. But yeah, so let's talk about the Royal Rumble. Oh, I can't say that fast. 3 times fast. Do we have? I know John Cena talked about
Yeah.
being on it, and I'm gonna win it. I'm gonna win it for the people,
He's not gonna win
and
it.
I'm gonna
Who's
go
gonna
to
win
the
it for
homes,
me? All the boys.
and I'm gonna go to the churches, and I'm gonna go to the schools, and I'm gonna win it for all of them.
The orphans.
The orphans, they will carry me. But yeah, I tell me more about your John Cena not winning it, David. I like this. I like it because I like this your theory because you want John to do it, but yeah,
Because he's
It-
retiring this year, right?
yeah.
this is
Yeah.
official.
And for me,
December 31st, no more John.
if he wins it right off the bat, what's the point of the rest of the year? So I don't think he's gonna win it. Like they're gonna build up. There's gonna be something where he's then gonna get the push, even though he doesn't need it to go fight at WrestleMania. So it's like I don't think he's gonna win this first one. I think that I don't even know who'd win the Royal Rumble, honestly.
Because you become automatic for one of the titles.
which makes it fun when you don't know. Because like last year, we were like, oh, like Cody will win. Like you just kind of knew.
And there's some big
Yeah.
names that like I just think that like his whole goal is just stop Roman Reigns.
I like
And
that. That's nice.
he's almost like the he's like on
Everybody
Kevin's
listening.
team, and it's just like
Yeah.
just stop Roman Reigns at any and stop whoever helps Roman kind of thing. And so if that means helping, I don't know, John Cena, I don't know if they've got beef, but
Yeah.
whatever.
I think yeah, because yeah, I think this is a testament to WWE story, Triple H's storytelling, which is that I didn't know that the Bloodline costed Drew the title against Roman.
I didn't know that.
Many moons ago.
many
Yeah.
moons, a lifetime for some, but not for Drew. And and that's why so now he's on this rampage against the Bloodline. So he wrestled Jay. And so so during the Netflix promo when Seth and CM Punk are cutting it, Drew comes out. He's like, "You need to help me. Roman is establishing the bloodline again, and here you two are fighting." I don't know if that's Irish or Scottish.
I thought you were just trying to sound like Arnold right there.
I have. Okay, I've been watching the show The Traitors, and Alan Cummings.
Jeez.
Alan Cummings is on. First off, it's a great fucking show, but that's not the point. Actually, Nikki's on it. The Bella Twins.
I thought you talked about not liking Traitors, Daniel.
I did. Well, they caught me.
We got you back into it.
They got me. They got me. They had a Game of Thrones moment, and I was, my God, this is genius. Right. But no. So I've been listening to him talk, and he says today to this because he's Scottish, and so I've just been sitting there just like talking pretending to talk in a Scottish accent for the past 2 days. So then McIntyre came out, and I was like, oh, let me see if I've practiced at all. But yeah, as he did come out, he's cutting. He's like, no, you guys need to join me. We need to take out Roman. And CM Punk and Seth are like, no, we're gonna we have our own problem. Fuck
yeah.
And Seth's like, we'll fight right here, and he starts taking his clothes off. And Drew's like, you think I'm gonna fight you here? He like leaves. They're like, oh. But yeah, no, I think Royal Rumble because Drew's in it, Seth is in it, CM Punk's in it, John's in it, Gunther's in it.
That's good.
I mean, Roman's in it.
Is Sammy in it?
Probably.
Oh,
I know LA Knight's in it. Is Braun Breaker in it?
Yeah, I feel like he probably is.
Do people that have titles, are they allowed to be in it or not really? Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. So we could see Shinsuke theoretically. We could see. They don't generally win it because they already have a title, but they can enter it. But
it's the pop. That's a you.
Yeah.
You honestly watch it for whose music's gonna hit. It's the who's who, and then you like lose your mind for 5 minutes, and then my God, Randy Orton.
Do they have a history of like outside people coming in and interfering with the match, or would that immediately like cancel?
Entrance, staying and fucking up other people? Yes.
Because I was sitting here going like,
okay, not as much.
Because I was trying to do the math of like if Kevin Owens I know he hasn't messed with Roman. He's just been trying to fight Cody, but I'm like, I don't know.
Good.
Well, speaking of which, they're having a ladder match, Royal Rumble.
Oh,
yeah.
Kevin.
He was right.
I know. Sure, I know. I agree. I feel like we're in the. I'm excited for the Cody Rhodes heel turn.
It has to happen, right?
Yeah.
I don't know when Kevin's gonna be Obi-Wan at this point.
I don't know if Kevin wins it. I don't.
I'm supposed to destroy the Sith, not join them.
It's true though. No, Kevin is. I think that is true. I think I don't know if it's early enough to do it. Do you have him turn heel? Do you let him just run this? How long do you let Cody?
I think Cody goes heel at like WrestleMania or something.
You turn him heel at WrestleMania.
Because they've been selling the Kevin was right and Kevin's been a heel, but I feel like more and more people are kind of like, well, Kevin.
No, he's right.
Yeah. Like,
no, he has a point.
Which
no, for
Cody turning heel would be so good at WrestleMania, right? Like, he needs to do like a thing Roman would have done, right?
Yeah.
Because he always talked about how Roman was like this psycho,
dirty cheater,
and he needs to, if he cheats to win.
But who does who joins alliances with Cody to kind of be like the new big bad organization? You know what I mean?
That's a toughie. That's a good one. That's a good question.
I'm gonna argue. I'm gonna throw this out there. I'm gonna throw it deep.
Okay.
Like Bruce Gradkowski trying to beat the Steelers.
2007. I remember that.
He won't have a faction.
He's just gonna be a one man. Are they going to give him kind of like a Heyman, like his voice? Or no?
I think he's going to have this ego, right?
Yeah.
And what will happen is he'll forget everyone who helped him.
So
Oh,
he's
that's
just
good.
like, I'm on my own.
I'm
And then
on my
everybody else forms a cabal against
him because he's like, no, I did this
Yeah.
all by myself, and Kevin's like, no, I blah blah blah, I helped you, and he's like, no, I beat the blood when in the end he had the most fucking
Yeah.
help, right?
He had
But
fucking
if
the ghost of wrestling Undertaker show up and take the Rock away.
exactly, so if he kind of pulls this big ego trip where it was just him,
Yeah.
that, and then you literally have the cabal for, so it's like the opposite. You have the good cabal trying to break him down.
To break the evil
Do you think
singular.
maybe he starts doing, I don't, is there like, was it The Rock that would like threaten refs and stuff and be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I'll
like
fire
no,
you.
yeah.
like that kind of thing, or like
'Cause he's on
like
the
throwing
board.
them out of the ring and that
Yeah.
kind of
No,
stuff.
he could 100% come back with that and just be like, no,
Yeah.
I have so much. Like he could just do like the Homelander, right? You know, and
Yeah.
he's like yelling at people, like get
No,
in the
you
oven.
need me.
Yeah, exactly.
You need
Yeah,
me to. You mean me like the kind of like in Few Good Men.
yeah.
Jack Nicholson. He's
Oh,
like,
Yeah.
you
you
need
can't
me on
handle
the wall.
Even do like a, we were talking about sports, like refs giving like Patrick Mahomes calls, right?
Yeah.
Do it where he's talking to the ref and be like, it's really good for business if I
Oh,
win
yeah.
this, right? Like
Yeah,
it'd be
I'm the
really good.
face.
Yeah. I mean, oh man, like that didn't seem you know what I mean? Like do stuff like that.
I think that would be big.
Maybe he gets Dirty Dom as his like little henchman.
That would be kind of funny, like a
That
little
would
spider
be
monkey.
Dom.
And
I
the
don't know
old, was it New Day crew? They were getting a lot of heat too.
I think they might shout out to Triple H for figuring out how to give people just insane heat. Because Dom, I mean, people wanted him arrested, locked up, just
Literally.
just because he fucking.
Dom was a man. I mean, he still is, but Dom was just like, oh, people would have stoned him if that was still an option.
Like in the olden days, they would have just murdered him.
Oh, they would have in the streets.
No, John Quarter.
John Gordon, like, what does that even mean? Put him in the giant iron bull.
But I think New Day. I from a science standpoint, I don't think Big E's coming back. I think he's done.
He's done. He could be like a Paul Heyman, but maybe like a good one.
Yeah.
That just big buff Big E, the fake hero, the faces, and Paul Heyman's this big chubby, like, But I don't, because Big E can't come back. So who's gonna? Because that's the thing. The only way this storyline for me ends is Big E gets his redemption somehow. He gets his revenge.
He has a son. His son grows up to be a wrestler.
He could cost.
But yeah, he costs him, but it's not the same. You know what I mean?
Comes in with a leg drop. One last leg
Maybe they
drop.
let him wrestle.
They go, okay, here's the waivers. Sign.
But it is a very protected.
Say goodbye to your family
match. You know what I mean? He doesn't take bumps. It's
because you can't squash them. That's not fun. It's not satisfying.
No, he can't squash them.
But maybe the point is like everyone knows Big E's done, and so it's like the locker room is now their enemy. So the locker room is gonna handle it. You know, kind of like Ray said. He's like, hey. The locker room doesn't want you guys. That one was
take your shoes.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, no.
Take their clothes, put them in the toilet.
Maybe Rey Mysterio, the man of the people, he does it.
Somebody was beefing with Ray, and I was like, oh, Ray. I wasn't sure who it was, but I think Ray needs to wrestle Pentagon.
Ray will wrestle Pentagon.
Son.
Or do we think none of the Dom Mysterio? Because Dom's gotten a lot better. I think.
Yeah.
Dom
is very good.
But I think maybe they're saving that for when Ray's gonna retire. They'll do a whole arc of just the two of them. Just
because he's talked about doing a mask and hair match against his son.
Oh, tempt me less.
Could you imagine?
Oh, the God! It's like
because it's like, do you take Ray's mask for his final match, or do you make Dom shave his hair?
We have gone completely off, and I'm totally fine with this.
Sorry.
No, you're totally fine. No, this is a great conversation piece. I think that you do. Dom lose, or not Dom. You have to have Dom win. Because we've talked about this like with One Piece, how it ends, and it ends. This is what you do. You end it. He loses. He takes the mask off. He puts it on one of the turnbuckles. He
just
leaves,
like walks out,
and that's the shot.
Yeah,
that's the shot. Is his mask on the turnbuckle, and then Ray's done.
But have you ever seen Ray without the mask? It's kind of terrifying.
It really takes the magic away.
Oh, it does. You go, oh. Just a man.
I showed my girlfriend a picture. And I was like, okay, I was like, this is him in his prime, right? And it's him like when he's wearing the red with the baggy pants.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And then I showed him, and she's like, oh, he's just a guy. I'm like, yeah, he's just a man,
Just
I'm
a
looking it
man.
up right now. Let's take a
just
look.
like Superfly,
Just like Superfly.
rip Superfly,
Ooh.
sweaty fly.
Sweaty fly. Oh, those pants were such a bad choice.
Oh, they should have given him darker pants.
There was, for context, David, there was a wrestler in Lucha Underground called Superfly, and he always wore these like gray
baby blue.
pants, and my man was sweating. My man was sweating bad.
And you can see it. And he's great. He's a great wrestler. There's
Yeah.
no taking away from him. But you just see the sweat stains, and we ended up calling him Sweaty Fly. And we go Sweaty Fly. Oh, he had a good heel run.
Jesus.
He had a good little
He
heel run
did.
in Lucha Underground too.
Basically, Lucha Underground was like, you're a heel beat up on Sexy Star. That was
pile driver. Take her to the thing. What am I other? Let's see. What other thoughts came into my head that I had? So do we have a prediction on who's winning the Royal Rumble?
say Penna.
I mean,
all right.
Homer take. Homer take. Homer take.
I think
Easy.
I think Roman wins, and then somehow CM Punk's his deal's gonna come up,
Oh yeah,
and it's gonna
I forgot
somehow
about the deal.
force Heyman to
what's
like
his
fuck
deal
up
again?
Roman.
They haven't said.
It's
he just has a deal?
whenever he calls upon Paul Heyman, he gets his favor.
I kind of like that.
So that's
Here's
where
a
it's like
gun.
Roman's auto in, and then somehow it's gonna be like Roman, you
No,
have
no,
to
no.
help CM Punk get into WrestleMania or something. I don't know.
That's a good. No,
I
that's
kind of
good.
like that because this is okay. This is before your guys' time, but during the summer of Punk, peak Punk, when
Old
he
man
was just
Zach
running
over here.
The pipe bomb.
pipe bomb, Paul Heyman was CM Punk's manager,
Oh
Yeah.
really?
yes. So they were just menaces because it was just both of them verbally degrading people.
Oh, they're both good on the mic too.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
So people were not winning that.
They
so
must have so much fun.
So
Oh,
CM
shit.
Punk and him were just shitting on people. So Paul Heyman was his manager through like all this stuff, him fighting The Rock, him fighting Cena. So that's why he would owe him a favor because he would always say, I'm a Paul Heyman guy because I came from like ECW.
Oh yeah.
I learned all this
Yeah.
stuff. So he's like really connected to Paul Heyman. So that's actually a huge callback to all of that shit. So that's really cool. I really like that. That pleases me.
That explains why he agreed to be the
Yeah.
mercenary for him. Oh shit.
Because
Okay.
he was like, I'm helping Heyman. I'm not
Mhm.
helping you, Roman. I'm helping
Correct.
Heyman.
Correct. So Heyman was for the big context. Heyman was Punk's manager during Punk's huge blow up time in WWE.
I only knew that because I saw a video today
Yeah.
where CM Punk comes out during some lady's birthday. They're singing
Yeah.
happy birthday to her. And him and Paul just walk through the middle for his entrance and are hanging in the ring for some match. I was like, I don't know what's going on.
Oh, it's so no, you weren't winning a promo with both of those guys coming at you. It was a bad time.
No, that's not a very good time. Let me see. So you have Penna.
Mm-hmm.
I got
Punk.
Roman. I
Oh,
think
Roman.
Or
I like
Roman's
Roman.
gonna win.
Oh, that's good.
It's all my thoughts
Yeah.
are just how's the storyline going to progress to WrestleMania. So it's
Yeah,
like they're
no,
just
that's
setting
honestly,
the foundation for WrestleMania.
Roman winning is better. Penna's a homer take, but
Yeah.
Roman winning
It'd
makes
be
a lot
dope.
more. Yeah,
I think
Roman
Penna's
winning
gonna
makes a
come
lot more
out.
sense.
Penna is
Because I think Ray's in it too. I feel like the two of them are maybe that's how they start their beef. I don't know.
I think about. I'm getting the Live Lucha Underground in WWE. Dude. You don't understand, David.
If Sexy Star just runs out, Daniel's like,
Chavo just chasing her with
the
a
boy
chair.
Chavo.
You'll never escape me, Sexy Star.
The monster. Listen, the monster Matan. Here we go. This is easy. This is the fatal four way. You got Braun Strowman.
Oh hell yeah.
Bronson Reed, Mil Muertes, the monster Matanza. Make money. Make money, Zach.
We're renting it. Oh, and we just sell the masks, dude.
Easy. So for context, David, in Lucha Underground, the leader or the owner of the arena where they're wrestling is called the Temple, and it was Dario Cueto, and he held his brother. His brother was in this cage. Was in this cage,
and he was a cannibal for
he would feed people to his brother, and so they called him the Monster Matanza. and his finishing move was the Ender of Worlds, which is a great fucking name.
Yeah.
He's just a big dude, big Jack, big like
fucking
Bronson
guy.
Reed guy. And then you had Mil Muertes, who in Mexico City there was an earthquake.
Oh, this guy. I remember this guy.
Yeah.
Wasn't he his like handler was a lady, right? Like the
Oh,
death or whatever.
Katarina.
I don't remember her name.
She was a special lady for all of us. But yeah, just the 4 heavyweights. Just because Braun Strowman's back.
Yeah.
He's busy pile driving people and shit now. So that's exciting. Okay, last couple things. We'll talk about Phoenix and then John Cena's. Who do we think John Cena will end up feuding with? I guess we kind of already talked about. But obviously with Pena, there's Phoenix. Again, Lucha Underground. Phoenix is actually biologically Pentagon's brother in real life. They are siblings.
Huh.
It's not just like he like it's not the Kane.
It's not a storyline.
No, it's real.
Yeah, that's real. And so Phoenix was out due to injury with AEW, and when Pena left, everybody's like, "Oh, Phoenix is leaving," because they were called the Lucha Bros. They never were a tag team in Lucha Underground, if I remember.
No,
yeah. And so Tony Khan was like, "No, you're gonna." I paid for 5 fights,
and I'll get my 5 fights,
and I will get my. So he extended. He basically said that Ray owed him the injury time that he had. And so it's been an interesting listening to the discourse on it, because some people were like, no, like I think Baron Corbin was like, no, like Phoenix owes them that time. He needs to do it.
Fulfill the contract, basically.
Yeah.
Because technically he did. He was just hurt. So it's like.
So now they're making it, which is kind of a dick move. I'm gonna say it. It's kind of a dick thing to do.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta cut him loose and just say cut our
just
losses.
let him go.
Because they're not selling his merch anymore, too.
No, they're literally just holding him hostage.
And that's not cool. Like that's not going to sell your brand to fans or other wrestlers. It's like
Phoenix, if you like luchador wrestling, Phoenix. Okay, if we're gonna do top 3 luchadors, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. This isn't like historically. I'm gonna say Phoenix and Pentagon are 1A, 1B. You can pick
probably
over Ray. Just because Ray's old.
Yes.
Ray can't.
Oh, you're talking like right now.
Right now, yeah.
I thought you were talking like
no.
Oh, okay.
And then you have like Bandito. Bandito's fun.
Yeah. El Gringo Loco.
El Gringo Loco. Shout out to El Gringo Loco. The dream
is that the white guy from?
Yeah.
Okay.
From our Chud shit. But I think that the Phoenix thing's tough. I think they just need to cut him.
Because how long is 5 matches? Like half a year?
It's not even 5 matches. It's like 6 months of time. Like, so he has to just sit. He just sits around.
Is he no longer injured, or is he still technically injured right now?
He can wrestle now. So
yeah.
So they're just gonna sit 6 months.
He's literally just sitting around.
I mean, for him,
selling Republic of
Lucha,
right?
Shit.
Like, sure. Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, that's always been the knock against AEW, is that they have so many people that not everybody wrestles. So you have dudes collecting like $500,000 paychecks.
Yeah.
Just
it's like a fired NFL coach is like, all right, I'm gonna go golf. Like,
yeah, cool. Keep paying me $2 million.
I'm gonna go volunteer at a local NFL team, but then I'm gonna go golf.
Yeah. Oh no. I just let him go, man. But at the same time, I think
let him be free.
I think at the same time though, it works because it builds Pentagon. It gives time for Pentagon to be independent.
Yeah. I think we were talking about this, that if you do it where Pentagon goes on this big evil run,
it's killing people.
And if he's like unbeatable, you can't beat him. Have him win a title. He's been just killing people, doing evil shit. And then like the Riders of Rohan,
my God, is that
his brother shows up and is like, no, I'm the only one who can stop him.
Yeah.
That is sick. That like writes itself.
It does.
It instantly makes Phoenix important. It instantly gets them in a feud, wrestling. It makes everything big. That's my bet for it.
Are they like a yin and yang, or are they usually tag team?
No.
Pentagon's thing is that, okay, I might not be 100% accurate, but for in Lucha Libre, there is Octagon.
Mm-hmm.
Octagon is the antithesis to Pentagon.
Mm-hmm.
So literally, they say in Lucha Libre, they go, for every Octagon is a Pentagon. For every Pentagon is an Octagon. And Octagon is a legitimate luchador. I'm not just saying shape.
No, it's real.
But Phoenix has always been. his whole gimmick is that he's the man of 1,000 lives. So it's like he'll just get beat up. They like in Lucha Underground, they just kick the shit out of him. And he just fist in the air, gets up.
Just get back up.
He's just Sami Zayn, just like I'll take a
Literally.
beating, but
Yeah.
I'm getting up.
Oh yeah. I mean, we watched the Phoenix versus Mil Muertes match, and you're like, oh, Mil Muertes is gonna kill this man.
He's dead.
Yeah.
And he gets back up, and you go, yes, good is real. like Sammy and Kevin kicking out on 2 against the Usos.
It brings us all there.
Like, and I think that's how you do it. You have to have him, or you have, because you can't. God forbid these two join the LWO. God help me.
Please don't. I don't think so.
As somebody who likes the LWO, please don't. Please, God, keep him away, or even keep him. Because oh my God, dude, you can have King Cuerno and Pentagon. Fuck, dude, I'm just.
We just need King Cuerno one time for the one time.
One time, and the arrow from hell, suicide dive. But I think Phoenix got to let it go. I think it sets a precedent, especially because AEW is trying so hard to not be Vince, and that's a very Vince move.
Yeah,
I think you gotta let him go.
You gotta let him. I think it just reflects bad because now people are gonna go if I get sick and I take time, I
want my 5 fights.
Yeah, it feels very just petty.
Yeah,
to me.
Oh, you want to go somewhere else?
No. And I think and it happened right when Pentagon was leaving, and that's what made it iffy. If it had been talked about and it was kind of established, and then Pentagon's like, hey, by the way, my contract's up, I'm leaving.
Yeah,
I think then it's more okay. But because it happened right around the time that they were doing that, you're like, okay, you are doing this to be petty. This is
wasn't AEW's, and I wasn't following then, nor do I really know now. Okay. Wasn't their big thing like they'd let wrestlers go wrestle in other?
Yes, that's supposed to be their big.
They just
do that.
Wrestle WWE,
and your contracts were guaranteed. That was the big one.
That's what I mean. Like, is WWE the one that would be like, no, like you're either signed with us and signed with nobody? Yeah. Is that okay? So they're like, you're with us full time.
Oh, Vince was Emperor Palpatine, dude. He was Vader with an iron fist.
Yeah, you don't wrestle with nobody else.
It's gonna mess with the storyline.
This NXT TNA Impact thing would not happen.
No, this is Triple H.
But I look at it more of like, yes, it's got its own storylines and it kind of connects with WWE, but it's more of like, hey, we're just trying to like multiverse this at our lower level. Maybe they're testing it. Maybe it's like it's the future.
I think so, because they're gonna. I think before we talk, because we talked about the men's, but we have the women's Royal Rumble as well.
Yeah.
So I guess we can talk a little bit about that, and then we can kind of wrap everything up. But so Royal Rumble for the women, I don't know off the top of my head who is in it.
I think Naya's in it. I believe.
Listen, Naya,
kind of an obvious. I'm pretty
Naya
sure
needs even Ashland's like Naya needs to leave people alone. Stop.
I assume Bailey's in it, or is she fighting?
Bailey's gonna get knocked over. Like she's gonna get
What's her name that got announced? Or no, when's
Tiffany's probably in it. Io Sky's gonna be in it. Dakota Kai are probably
the one that got announced on SmackDown.
Charlotte.
Charlotte, is she in it?
She's in it.
Okay,
that's what the big reveal was. Is that so? They should have waited till the Rumble for her to show up. But
Well, we know 1 and 2.
We
know Chelsea Green's coming in at 1 and Piper Niven's coming in 2. So somebody call Chris.
Keep Chris away.
Oh, we tell him not to watch the first
20 minutes. Oh no.
Is Io Sky is now the time for her to get a push? I feel like she was kind of big in the last storyline.
She was. Oh, I like Io Sky.
Like maybe it's time to give her a shot.
To let her fly.
Fight Pentagon again. So many people can fight Pentagon. It's so absurd.
Do you think WWE is gonna cross that line?
No.
Not say it's a bad line, but they're
Lucha Underground is the only wrestling promotion where I have seen intergender wrestling, and I don't think that this is a weird masochistic like male fantasy.
Correct. I agree with that.
Like, because Io Sky wrestle, I've shown you clips of it.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
And Lucha did this. Oh, Lucha was just. Oh, it's the. I just.
You want it back.
Oh, it's the ex that got away, and she was perfect.
Could you imagine if WWE just like pulled that in and
Listen,
just made
Oh.
that?
listen, me and Zach have talked about this. If somehow this podcast makes it, dude, and we're up there with the Logan Pauls,
We're buying.
and Joe Lucha Underground's coming back, David.
We're finding Dario Cueto wherever he is.
And in his wheelchair is just rolling
Oh,
out
just-
to kill somebody.
Just like an X-Men when they're trying to assemble, when the Professor X and Magneto are trying to find like their X-Men.
Bring me Johnny Mundo.
He's still got John Morrison's fine. But yeah, I think if anybody could do intergender wrestling, it would be Pentagon, because he wrestled, like I said, Chelsea Green.
Yeah.
He's wrestled Io Sky. He's wrestled Kairi Sane. Which is
They're
I think
gonna do some cheeky like backstage thing with
Yeah.
him. Probably not like I assume legally they can't specifically reference it, but they could probably be like,
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
because
I think they named it by name.
I think so, because Lucha
but does
Underground's
it?
dead.
Chelsea's got a
Yeah.
different name now, though, right?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I mean.
Oh, yeah, she can't be
You're
like,
not gonna.
"Oh,
He's
Chelsea,
gonna be
you
like,
look different.
yeah,
Huh, you
you
don't
look like somebody I know.
Yeah, you don't look as reclusa. But I don't know who. Yeah, so the women's is so weird because there's no clear, which I think is nice.
Yeah.
I think it's nice that there's no clear women's favorite.
No.
Charlotte, I swear to God, I'm gonna lose my mind if it's Charlotte.
Charlotte's the safe bet, but I would like to see Bailey. I love Bailey. I love my girl Bailey. No one tell my dad.
Listen, she got a fat ass though.
But I don't. Charlotte winning is like.
But it's not.
It's not fun.
It's not. It's
What if-
it's the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl? You're like, yeah.
Yeah, but
Maybe they give it to Liv and let her run it back again against Rhea.
I think
I'd say I want that, but
yeah, you have to kill that. The Dom storyline
Yeah,
has to die.
yeah,
I think it's ended at a good point. Like we've gotten it's
Yeah.
time to move on.
I think I think the Live thing's done. I think this is what you do, and I think the world will be okay with this. You let Rhea wrestle Dom.
hmm
I think that just
You mean
Because
just Rhea beat
to,
up Dom?
to
Yeah.
undo
evil?
all the strip titty wrestling that WWE's, that you let Rhea and Dom have a legitimate wrestling match.
Rhea could, and what Rhea is 100% like
You go, no,
believable
she-
in that. Yeah, you go. Oh, she could beat him up because no,
Yeah.
because usually when you see intergender wrestling, it is the most chuddy, just these sweaty fucking dudes, just hitting women with chairs. It just, you just makes you.
It's bad taste.
Yeah, it just in a medium that doesn't have a lot of taste. When something
We're
makes you
not
uncomfortable.
we're heathens, but we're
Yeah.
not those heathens.
Heathens. Me and Daniel have seen a lot. We've seen a lot of weird wrestling in our time.
Yeah.
We have seen a lot of weird backyard shit.
Yeah,
And when even it makes us go, ugh.
yeah. It's not good. You can't. And Lucha Underground's the only place I've seen it go well.
Yeah.
Because it fits the storyline, and you have good wrestlers who sell the stories. And
Yeah.
Pentagon kicked the shit out of that. Fuck it.
Oh,
Io
he did,
Sky
yeah.
that one time, but then she won it, and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, I feel better.
Remember when
Woman-
Neil Mortez wrestled Sexy Star?
Ah! But for a minute, there was a moment.
They made you believe. They
They
would
made
always
you
do a
believe.
good job of like working in something kind of believable. We're like, oh wait, no, she can
She
do it.
And then you
She didn't do
hit,
it.
hit her with, was it like the souls of 1,000 dead or whatever the fuck his finishing move is called? You're like,
Oh, and
okay.
you go, okay, well.
Never mind. Oh my god. Okay. Last thing, John Cena. Who's John Cena's final match? Predictions.
CM Punk.
CM Punk.
It's gonna be that one, and they're just gonna let him do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
Just John getting killed with a fucking pile driver.
Because who else does John have any?
The only thing I
Unless
can think
he's gonna fight the Rock,
Rock.
but I doubt the Rock's gonna.
or he puts somebody over.
I think
But he's
Cena-
lost too much to put people over to be like, yeah.
Cena Rock would be cool up until the match happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
God bless The Rock. The Rock has like, it's like he forgot how to do most of his moveset in the fighting game, and he knows how to do punch,
Punch.
rock
Rock
and
bottom.
rock bottom. That's all you're gonna get. I feel like CM Punk Cena will be a better
Show.
match.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I'd say Punk over Rock is because I feel like the buildup to Rock Cena would be huge, and then it would happen, and we'd all go, oh, okay, because John's limited now too.
He's got the
I
five
mean,
moves
that-
of doom.
The five
The,
moves
the
of doom.
hair's tough right now.
The hair is giving up.
Yeah, it's a lot like me and Zach talked about it. It's a lot like when you're shit talking and you stutter, because you can see him. He'll talk and he'll do that. John,
They're
don't
like,
do
John,
that.
go this way, bud. Go
He
this
knows
way.
because you can feel it. Just shave it. Just shave it. You'll look
Go
fine.
back.
That's how it was.
Go back to the we killed Osama bin Laden haircut.
Has caught to a permanent end.
What the fuck?
But no, I think Punk Cena would be really good. They would cut really good promos. There's the history there
Yeah.
of them like fighting and feuding. It would feel like a big deal. I think it would be a decent enough match. So that's my call.
Okay. So yeah, I agree. Again, I agree, but I don't want this to be a show where we all three agree on things. Fuck, I can't think of anybody though.
Cena Cody?
Yeah,
It's too big. I don't think they'll give him Cody.
But just have Cena just while he's cutting this Homelander promo, right? Just verbally berating just a single fist, and then that fist is the wristband that says "Never give up," and you go, "Fuck yeah,
He's here."
Cool.
It hits because and me and Zach have talked about this. I don't know if you feel it, Dave. Maybe it's because like I've gotten into wrestling, but when John Cena's music hits, it feels different. It's you go, oh, he's here.
He's the like that one. That's the start of it.
The
I should confirm. I don't know.
Dun, 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 and you when the dun, 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 it hits, you go, oh, Superman's here.
I feel like it's the original, like how Cody's anthem is now like everybody gets into it.
And when like at WrestleMania when that happened, you went, the good man is here.
He's sprinting down that ramp
as fast as those knees will take him.
In terms of WrestleMania, is it only belt matches or are
no? You can have non-belt.
Because I was like, I just don't think Cena's gonna be going for a belt because I feel like he's gonna win.
Seth Randy wasn't, right?
No.
When they hit the RKO.
No.
Yeah, that was just yeah. You just get your big names.
Just your big and that's where I was like, I could see him doing a match with somebody that's not a belt match.
He could fight Randy.
That's true. Maybe Randy comes back and he's like, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah.
With his thunder thighs.
And Randy goes, "I look immortal. What are you doing?"
What if you look old?
What if they bring out Skinny Batista?
I don't like Skinny Batista.
But Batista's already said he's like, no, he's like, I went out the way I wanted to go out, and if I go back, it ruins that.
That's all part of the storyline, Daniel.
Batista right now looks like a deflated Monstar.
He does. But at the same time, I'm not fighting Batista.
No, they took all the juice out. They gave it back, and he's like deflating.
He was something. Did you see him shirtless back at like peak like Evolution?
Yeah.
Tag teaming Rey Mysterio thing. Holy shit! Like you're like steroids, right? There has to be.
Yeah.
Because he's puffy.
For an injury, Daniel. Come on.
Puffy as shit, dude. Just. But it's like you're like, wow, like that guy could beat me. Like, no, he could fight. He could go into the stands and just start kicking people's asses.
It's like Brock Lesnar. You go, yeah, okay.
No, I don't think he's pretending.
No. Oh no, he's a psycho.
I think you do. You can do. Oh, you can do CM. You can do CM Punk. No, because you want to give Punk. Because what you could do is you do Punk Cena last. No, because he has to win. Right, he has to win his last match.
He has to win.
I mean, he doesn't have to if it's like a really good match, but he's probably going to win his last match. And that's where it's like if Punk kind of goes on
Summer Punk.
Yeah, like maybe he comes more of like a villain for.
I don't even know. What is Punk? Is he a heel?
He's an anti-hero.
He's
CM Punk is CM Punk is what CM Punk has always been, is that he's like the anti-hero, right? Like he's like his own force. He does things for himself.
Yeah.
But people like what he has to say. So he just he exists in a weird tween area. You know what I mean?
He can be either or depending on
Yeah.
who's.
Yeah, and depending on who, like, you can plug him in and face whoever, and it kind of works just because he's kind of like Seth in a way.
He always kind of works the heel out. Like he's like, oh, I'm the
Yeah.
heel. Like, I just called your mom stupid. Easy.
Yeah.
I'll
No,
do it.
exactly. Yeah. He works that, but Seth, you'll also like fight the evil, but when he's not running around doing like Joker things.
I've changed your walkout music, Logan Paul.
The fart noises. Oh,
Come find me, Batman.
idiot.
Fuck. I don't know who. CM Punk makes the most sense. It does, but at the same time,
I mean, unless they build a storyline where
Yeah.
maybe it's like CM Punk and Cena like bury the hatchet and there's some new enemy for him. I don't know.
no, you do a tag team match: John Cena, CM Punk versus Cody Roman.
Oh my god, dude. I would if that happened.
How about could it be Roman solo? Actually, I
If
feel like
they
that would be
made-
funny.
If they made a shirt of John Cena's CM Punk for that, I would buy 10.
Because maybe WrestleMania is gonna be 2 days again, so they do the tag team the first day, and that'll set
Yeah.
up for like a bigger match on Sunday.
Yeah, Cody does his heel turn. He's rampaging. Roman and him have this weird agreement by whatever. CM Punk calls in his favor, which is like, this is it. Give me, I fight Roman and whatever. None of this is making sense as I say it, but saying
Paul, you
Roman,
gotta come in and leg drop Roman for my win.
but saying John Cena CM Punk tag team versus the two biggest wrestlers in WWE right now feels right.
You said that, and 13-year-old me
Stood
up very
Actually,
tall
like-
and said yes.
Oh,
how much money for that? How much I will pay? That was 13-year-old me dialing up so I could pay the $60 pay-per-view cost.
and then it ends with you. Who do you have? You have CM Punk.
Penta's out the other side. Yes,
Pentagon comes out of nowhere.
The final
Sacrifices.
match.
Because you could even have CM Punk when Cody turns evil be again the pipe bomb guy against Cody.
Yeah.
But but no, you gotta have John hit Cody with the attitude.
Yeah.
And then CM Punk hits Roman with the go to sleep.
Yeah.
And then it ends.
Oh,
They hit it at the same time.
Hear me out here. See, they're both in there. Cena hits the go to sleep.
Yeah. Oh, you have
CM
do
Punk
it.
hits him with the
Attitude.
no. Excuse me, sorry. John
No,
Cena
I like
hit
it. No,
Cody,
you do that. You have them hit with each other's finishers.
and then do that. Whoever gets hit with the GTS falls on top of the other one, the one who got hit by the attitude adjustment, because that puts you on your back. The other one knocks you back and you fall forward. He lands on top. John Cena gets the double pin.
The double
Goes
pin.
home.
Goes
That's how you
home.
send them out.
CM Punk said, "There's tits. There's a firework goes off. Money starts raining down from the sky.
This fire starts playing.
This fire starts playing for no reason."
Yes.
Could you imagine, since you were talking about CM Punk and Heyman being so good, they have to actually talk against each other? They have to
Oh.
promo against each other.
That would be good.
CM Punk, John Cena, Cody, Roman cutting promos on each other.
Oh, wait, right. It's I never buy wrestling shirts, but I would buy a CM Punk, John Cena, one time for the one time.
It should be so instead of CM Punk's this, it's like this because it's
can't
see me.
With the wristband.
Copyrighted WWE. Come find me.
Oh, that would be sick with the X on the fist and the hand,
just like that.
Just one X, one wristband, and then the go to sleep. Oh, David, you genius, son of a.
Yes, I knew we picked the right person.
We'll figure it out.
Oh, that is. Oh, beautiful.
I would. Oh, dude, I buy 10.
They could sell it like as hats too. It'd just be like a logo.
Oh, you could put that on anything. Stickers.
Instead of Cena's, shirts he's selling right now, he could just have that.
Dude. Oh, and on the back, this is like the time is now.
Oh, you can even do because how CM Punk says it's clobbering time.
Oh, it's clobbering
Clobbering time. The time is now.
Oh.
Oh no! Literally, you get it's clobbering time. The
On the
time is
mat
now,
now.
and then in the middle of that is
Yeah.
the. It
Oh
just
my
ma-
It
oh,
writes itself. When this
Oh.
happens, by the way, we're gonna celebrate. We're just going, oh my
Oh,
god!
I'm gonna be that meme of that dude like on 5th place, just shaking the ball, pouring it on myself. Well, they make all the money, but we're gonna be right.
I called it.
I
We
called
called
it.
I was right. Oh my god, I don't think we come back from that. I think we end it there. That's where we end this
Yeah,
episode.
that's perfect.
That's perfect. Thank you everybody for listening to From the Outer Reaches. We had some thoughts that definitely came from the outer reaches of our own
Hot
mind.
takes.
We will be back again. God, this is so much fun. This is it. We needed to have done a wrestling podcast.
Yeah, this is
Oh my god, this is the high I'm getting. You guys feel that in there? Like
Oh,
Cena.
Feel now, Mr.
just like CM
Krabs.
Punk just came out. I
Oh, just CM Punk and John Cena. And then it ends with CM Punk putting on John Cena's hat.
and then he
just gives him
bald
one last
spot,
like, I can't see you.
You got it right. Everybody's hitting. I can't see
shit.
you.
Okay, no. John Cena's walking up the ramp to leave one last time. He turns around and CM Punk hits him with
the
from
goodbye.
the ring, like a goodbye.
Oh, I would cry harder than when Vin Diesel and Paul Walker went separate ways.
Oh shit, dude.
Damn.
I will say, I totally forgot about this, but you saying that reminded me before we leave. We ended there, but
Okay.
CM Punk did talk about joining the Royal Rumble.
Oh.
And he was like, I know somebody who a lot of people can't see, but I see you, my friend, and I'm going to be joining you in the Royal Rumble. That's when he announced that he's going to be in it. CM
Okay, that's
Punk.
good.
And I was like, oh, he's like, not a lot of people see this man, but I see him. And I was like, oh, fuck you, CM Punk, you beautiful bitch.
You
bastard.
I get it.
Oh, I understood that.
Also, really fast, the fact that he doesn't have anything with like the Second Street Saint or the Second City Saint on as a t-shirt is kind of...
The Second City Saint would sell really well.
Oh, it would sell really well. Anyways, thank you, everybody. The bell has rung. The match is over. We have survived this terrible three-way.
It's good. I feel like
because you have a
I feel like the ending should be us counting 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. We'll be back again. We're bringing it back. Cut the promos, and on. Well, how do we do this? 1, 2, 3. Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody.